A Boogie might just be the most talented rapper of his generation. From doing 9-to-5 jobs as a teenager to becoming one of the most famous artists in New York by age 28, the Bronx native has clearly made an impact on the American rap genre. Today we're going to zoom in on a particularly rare story of his which doesn't get focused on very often. And that is the fact that a New Jersey couple filed a lawsuit seeking more than $260,000 from A Boogie over damage done to their mansion that he rented. Now obviously it's safe to assume that A Boogie is a multi-millionaire. I mean, this guy is probably one of the biggest artists in the world, with some of his songs boasting almost 1 billion streams. But even still, when you have to pay $260,000 due to a mistake that you've done, that's a very hefty cost. Included in the damages that A Boogie did to the mansion is clogged up toilets that were so backed up, sewage seeped out through the floors. Put in a more formal fashion, the lawsuit says the rapper, whose real name is Julius DeBose, left the home with bathroom toilets clogged and overrun by sewerage material which penetrated through the floors and damaged ceilings below. Now for somebody who's that famous, that well known, bro's got over 7 million followers on Instagram, you'd think he'd know a bit better. When you're in that position, you are a role model, so when you do dumb things like that, you should be a bit more responsible for me. If the alleged charges are true, then yeah, I don't know what was really going through his mind doing all those things to the property that he rented out. The $3.3 million abode is owned by a local doctor, Lawrence Garino, and his wife Carol. It was available for rent for the price of $10,000 per month back in 2017. Now given that A Boogie's net worth is reportedly around $5 million, it's no surprise that this guy is balling out and he's able to afford a place like that. Boogie reportedly leased the home for a year, stretching from 2017 into 2018. At some point in between that period, Boogie is said to have abandoned it, with NorthJersey.com reporting that Lawrence entered the house on December 13th, 2018 after making several failed attempts to contact his famous tenant. A Boogie is clearly quite irresponsible here. You know, he leaves the house, abandons it, and he doesn't even have the willingness to speak to the guy who owns it. It's surprising to see him be that careless with his crib. In addition to the plumbing issues, the damage was also said to include carpets cut out and mismatched pieces, replaced damages, stains and tears throughout, entry doors to be left open with evidence of extensive water damage, walls and trim damage, and damage to the landscape, while the suit also said that 2 vehicles had been abandoned on the property. It is quite surprising that A Boogie caused this much damage to the house that he owned. It's something you wouldn't really expect to see. I think he'd be a bit more sensible, but I guess not. The couple that filed the lawsuit also claimed the property sustained extensive damage that left it unable to be leased until extensive repairs were conducted. I didn't expect the guy to be that reckless. Even though I am a big fan of him, oftentimes these celebrities do mad stuff. We've seen plenty of stories in the past where some famous people kind of get into some drama or beef or trouble, but it's still surprising to see the story of A Boogie.